Hey guys. Hey, what's that? What the f was that? So we are at Home Depot, y'all. And I know you're probably wondering, did you get your lips done? No, bitch, they're chapped. So I came here with my family on Black Friday and I saw a shed like a shed that I had never seen before. And so it compelled me to look on the internet at sheds turned into tiny homes. And surprisingly, I found quite a few videos on them. So I figured, let me come back and talk to my subscribers about the option of turning a shed into a tiny home, because that's actually a thing. And you can do it for as little as $5,000, maybe even less depending on how small you go. But let me start out with the specific shed that I saw that sparked my interest in turning a shed into a tiny home. Here she is in all her glory. It's a 2-story. It's got a little porch added on. And I'm gonna take you inside and show you what it looks like. So this is what she looks like on the first floor. Of course, it would have to be insulated, you know, drywall and stuff like that, but kind of what I was thinking when I was looking at this was, I mean, there's plenty of ways you can do it, but I was thinking a little kitchen, L-shaped kitchen over in the corner area, a tiny island if there's enough room, maybe a couch right here, and a TV over there, or a couch over there and a TV over here, and maybe a little dining table right here. This could be the bathroom right here. Kind of go in here and see, this could just be like a little storage area. You could block that off and make it completely just storage, and then turn that area over there into a bathroom. And then once you go upstairs, now there's a few things you can do with this space. You can just keep it up as an open layout and just kind of do a bedroom up here, and this would be a really large, this would be a bedroom larger than any bedroom I've ever even had. Or you could kind of, what I was thinking was, right here on this line, right here, is roughly the halfway mark, and you could put a wall right here. This could be the hallway. Right here could be the hallway, and you could turn this into 2 separate rooms, a door here, and it could be a 2-bedroom home. And let's go over pricing downstairs. So for pricing, it's $13,628 for the base price and $19,642 as shown. I'm assuming the deck that I'm standing on is probably an upgrade, along with all of the windows probably are not included, and I don't know what else would be an upgrade. As I go inside to try to find the upgrades, like I know what I'm doing, but there's windows downstairs, there's windows upstairs, there's a deck added. Maybe the price is just the kit and it's not already built. These are just assumptions, I'm not really sure. I still have to look into it. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, this is the second shed, and I'll do them side by side so you can kind of see a difference in the size here. Let's go inside and look at it. So if anybody watching has an idea of what the reason for the upgrades are, let me know. I mean, there's a vent right there, there's a vent here, there's a vent here. I guess those might be upgrades. Maybe that platform up there is an upgrade. What I was thinking what you could do with this space is you could put a ladder here, and that'll be your bed space up there. You can do a little kitchen over here in the corner. You know, it could be something super small, just like a countertop, a fridge, you know, you could even do a cooktop that comes on top of, you know, you put it up on top and you have propane, since there are vents. And then, you know, maybe you could have a wall rack of pots and pans and silverware. And then over here could be the bathroom. You don't really need a very large space for a tiny home and a bathroom. You can put the toilet right next to the shower, and then you can make this space over here a couch, and then maybe put a TV on this side. And maybe the couch could be a pull-out couch to sleep even more people. Actually, that's a really good idea. Wow. Now that I'm thinking about it. So yeah, that's this build. Let's look at the specs here. It's a 10 by 12. It's $3,349. Model price as shown, $4,951. So what I'm really assuming here is that the $3,349 is not, oh wait, this does include installation. Okay, I found a little sheet. Here it says building type and style, size, doors and windows, roof selections, siding and color selections, other options and upgrades. So I'm assuming maybe the roof is an extra upgrade for that $49.51 price point. Maybe the colors, I don't know, maybe, I mean, like I said, the windows and the vents, and that's probably the reason for the price. Now let's move on to the next one. Over here we've got an even smaller one. They get smaller as we go down the line. This one is a 10 by 12, so it's the same amount of space on the inside, except for this one here has that loft for the bed, which could be very beneficial because you can utilize the space, like I said before, for a bed area, and then you can use the bottom space just for straight up living room, bathroom, and kitchen. Let's look inside. Okay, so in here we've got some windows up top, so I'm sure that's going to be the reason, part of the reason for the price upgrade. We've got a vent over there. You've got a couple windows right here. You got a vent up there. This is pretty well lit. Honestly, I don't even really think that you need any more lights. I mean, any more windows. Those sky windows, or whatever you call them, those are pretty good for lighting. I'd actually consider putting those in above putting a window in on the side. And then there's a little shelf here. I'm not really sure the point of that, if you're using it for a tiny home anyway. I mean, if you're using it for what it's actually supposed to be used for, I guess I could see how you can utilize that. Now, again, I'd probably do the same type of layout, maybe a little kitchen over here, a little bathroom over here, a couch that pulls out, and maybe a TV right here with a TV stand. The reason that I think that a pull-out couch would be more beneficial is because instead of just having a bed sitting there that you have to sit on to watch TV, you can put the bed back together and turn it into a couch so that during the day you can be chilling just like you would be in a regular living room. Okay, so the pricing on this one is $3,049 and then $4,272 with the upgrades. Again, this is a 10 by 12. All right, let's move on to the next one. This is also a 10 by 12, but clearly it's much shorter than the other one. So I'm going to safely assume that the price is going to be cheaper as well. Let's go inside and have a look. Okay. So, yep, I mean, unless you're a super tall person, even a tall person could stand up in here very easily because I'm 5'3". And I mean, you can't really tell the space very well, but there's plenty of room. I would say that this is probably, I would say this is well over 6 feet to the top of the shortest spot on this shed. And then I'd say that the very top is well over 7 feet, probably 8 or 9 feet. I'm not really sure because I don't have a tape measure, but so the upgrades here are, we've got a vent over there, we've got a window installation here, we've got a window installation there, we've got a vent here. The lighting isn't as good as the other one. I really like those skylights. I think that those are super beneficial. I'd probably do the kitchen over here, bathroom right here. I'd probably do maybe a couch here and a TV here because you got that window there, so if you're sitting on the couch, you can see outside the window. That's just me. Let's go look at pricing. Okay, pricing on this is $27.49, and then the model price as shown is $35.30. Again, this is a 10 by 12. And if you buy it and you finance it, your payment's only $56 a month. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Now this one is even smaller. This is 8 by 12. You're gonna get 2 less feet on the inside in width, I believe, or maybe that's length. Width by length, yes. So 8 feet less in width you're gonna get than the previous, and it's even shorter. So let's go on the inside and take a look. Okay, now this space is definitely much shorter. Let me see if I can, oh shoot. You gotta keep the door open for this. This doesn't have any lights, and let me show you what it looks like without the lights. So, I mean, this doesn't have any windows. I didn't mean lights. So this doesn't have any windows. Highly recommend you put windows in this because you see how dark this is in here. I mean, I guess you could not put windows in here and put some lighting, but it feels more like a shed if you don't have windows. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It's super short. I would probably just do the kitchen and make the kitchen the size of that square, make the bathroom the size of that square, and utilize the rest of the space for a pull-out couch and a TV and call it a day. Okay, let's look at the pricing. This one is $2,099 for the base price and $2,316 as shown. I'm really wondering, I mean, it's not like the roof has any like exciting roofing, it's just standard shingles. So I'm really curious as to, well, I guess it's only $200 more, but $200 for that one vent that's on the inside? There's gotta be something else that it doesn't come with. Anywho, that's that. Let's move on to the next one. So this one is 8 by 10. So as you can see, they're getting even shorter. And let's go on the inside and take a look. Okay, this doesn't have any windows either, and it's even shorter. It's gonna be really hard to make a little tiny home out of this, but you can if you do it super minimally. Got a vent up there, just like the other one. And just like the others, I'd probably put a kitchen back there in the corner, bathroom right there, and then the couch that pulls out with the TV. You guys let me know in the comment section below if you have any other ideas for layouts. Okay, and now we're gonna move on to this one. This one is $319. I'm not gonna recommend that you turn this into a tiny home. I mean, not that the materials are the best for these, but the materials are especially cheap for this. And I mean, maybe if you're gonna put it in a backyard and not utilize it as a primary space, I guess you could do a little something with it, but highly do not recommend. Same with this. This one's $269. Okay, and then we've got this one over here. This one is 10 by 8 by 10, width by height by depth. And it has no upgrades, it looks like. But it's so much cheaper than the other ones. It's $799. I'm wondering why it's so cheap. Because the other ones are, you know, a couple $1,000s or more. I'm gonna have to look more into that one. So this one is $799. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Okay. The height is, I mean, all of these are pretty decent. You know, there's not a lot of people that are well above 6 feet. And even if you are above 6 feet, in this one, you know, the shortest height is right here. I would say that's probably from there to there is roughly 6 inches. So it's definitely under 6 feet right here. But that's only for, you know, most of the space you can stand up in if you are 6 feet tall. I can stand up in the entire space, as you can see. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Now this one is taller than the other one that we just looked at, and it has a window up top. So, for my tall people, this is 8 by 9 by 12. The one we just looked at is 10 by 8 by 10. Ooh, this is cool. You can make the bed up there. See, that's what I like about the higher ceiling ones, is that you can utilize the loft area as the bed space. So, you know, that's like out of the way. Obviously, if you're doing tiny home living with this, I probably wouldn't have that shelf there because it's useless and wastes a lot of room. You could also do a bed on the wall and have it come out and go back up during the day. I've seen those before. But yep, that's what the inside of this one looks like. And pricing for that is $999, so it's just at $1,000. And it's in stock here. And then this last one, of course, I'm not gonna recommend as a tiny home. It's just a plastic shed, and it doesn't even have a price on it anyway. But you guys take it, oh yeah, it does. $749, 10 by 8. Yeah, this is definitely just for storage. Cool. So I know some of you guys are probably thinking, oh Shay, how are you gonna turn a shed into a tiny home? It's, you know, not super super expensive materials. I definitely plan on beefing up the shed if I do turn it into a tiny home. I actually started, should I tell you guys? Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys. I started looking at land to buy so that I can put some tiny homes on it. Next week I'm gonna go look at some land, so maybe I'll bring you guys along with me. I'm gonna get back in the car because it's freaking cold. If you're thinking about building a tiny home, it doesn't necessarily have to cost... Fuck are these hairs doing? If you're thinking about building a tiny home, it doesn't necessarily have to cost tens of thousands of dollars. It could maybe cost $10,000 or even less. It really just depends on how much you really want to build out the inside, what kind of handy people you have around to help you, if you have to pay somebody to build it out, you know, if you want to go with top of the line finishings on the inside, if you want to get that 2-story one, which is really freaking cool, you know, you could probably spend $40,000 or $50,000 on making that one fully equipped for tiny living. However, you can go with the smaller models that you can utilize for tiny living. And if you have somebody's backyard you can put it in, that's even better because then you don't have to pay for a lot. I, however, don't have anybody's backyard to put it in because I thought I could put it on my dad's lot, but the city says no. So you can put a shed back there, but you can't turn it into a livable space. And I also want to turn my tiny homes into Airbnbs, and I can't really turn a tiny home into an Airbnb if I'm not allowed to have the tiny home on my dad's property. So that's what made me start to look at. I'm gonna keep the place that I'm looking at a secret until I post the video because this is one of my favorite cities that I've ever been to ever, and it might shock some of you whenever I tell you the city that I'm going to be looking at land in because it's not everybody's like, oh my God, I wanna go there. But if you ever go to this city, you will fall in love, and if you don't fall in love, then you need to check your brain cells because this place is freaking so freaking dickin' mother freaking awesome. I love it. I freaking love it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any ideas that you want to share below about turning a shed into a tiny home, if you have any experience, if you're thinking about doing it, if you have any ideas of different layouts, that'd be super dope, you know, because I was looking online at tiny homes and turning sheds into tiny homes, and I was trying to check out the different layouts because you have to utilize the small amount of space that you have to the best of your ability. And I know a lot of like pulling out tables and putting them back away and you know, different things like that you can pull out and put back away are super good for living in a tiny space. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my content, and maybe share this video with a friend. I love you guys. I'll see you next week.